Welcome to the School of Theology. I'm Brian Stone, the Academic Dean at the School of Theology, and we're here today to introduce you to the dual degree in Theology and Social Work. There are actually 3 dual degrees. You can do a Master of Divinity, MSW, a Master of Theological Studies, an MSW, or a Doctor of Ministry, DMin, and MSW. One of the great things about doing a dual degree is you basically knock a year off of the time it would take if you did each degree separately. So we have 3 plans of study on the website where you can see how the classes line up, what overlaps, what you take in social work that counts over here in theology, what you take in theology that can count over there. And those plans of study are available, and we have here also students in the dual degree program who can also tell us a little bit about it. Especially, let's start by talking about the 2 different concentrations or majors, macro and clinical.
Thanks, Brian. My name is Ashley Anderson. I'm a dual degree with a Master's of Divinity and a Master's of Social Work of the macro variety, which means I learn about communities and systems, which translates, operationalizes, to planning and program development, organizational behavior, community organizing, strategic visioning, grant writing, advocacy, policy analysis, and collective bargaining. Friends over here are clinical majors. What do you do?
Hi, I'm Emily Willie, and this is
Alicia Cameron.
And we learn a lot about working with individuals and groups and families in a therapeutic setting.
We work sort of from a strengths-based empowerment perspective. SSW also has an urban mission that they focus on. And within the clinical concentration, you can sort of focus your studies on trauma or on gerontology, mental health, so those sorts of things.
What sort, I know you have to do in social work, you have to do 2 years of field education. One of those can count for the theology field education, but what sorts of sites might you work at and do field ed as maybe a clinical?
My first year field ed was at a shelter for homeless teenage moms and their kids.
And mine was at a therapeutic day program for adolescents where we ran groups all day.
So introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you might do with a dual degree.
Well, my name is Katie Cole, and I have a Master of Divinity and a Master of Social Work, and I'm a recent alumna. And I now work as an organizer with the Greater Boston Interfaith Organization. So I work with faith communities, but doing the kind of community building work that Ashley was talking about. So you can do that. I plan to do parish ministry down the road, but integrate the skills I'm learning now with organizing. I have friends that now that did the program as well and work for the Attorney General's office doing grants distribution. I know of other people that have gone on to work in school settings and use their pastoral care and counseling training there. And I also know of people that have gone into military chaplaincy or have found another way to integrate a more counseling and trauma approach in the work that they do.
Now I know that we try to support students in the dual degree program from both schools. So you have a theology advisor and you also have a social work advisor. But how does the structure of that work, Katie, so that you're a student in both schools? How does that work?
Well, for the first year, your foundation school, your base school is the School of Theology. For your second year, your base school, and you have your foundation year in the School of Social Work, and that's where you start to build relationships with your advisors and the administrations. And then in the last year or years, depending on your program, you're integrated in both. And in that time, you work with both advisors and both administrations to meet what you need to graduate.
Well, that sounds great. Why don't we walk over to the School of Social Work and introduce our viewers to how you get there.
Sounds good. When I looked at other programs, I knew that since the School of Theology is opposed to the School of Social Work, that they were actually going to be integrated, as opposed to other schools that were separate campuses.
Any other good reasons to take the Boston University
think when I came here, I was struck almost immediately by the sense of community, both at the School of Theology and now within our cohort of dual degrees. Our sort of collective sense, we pull each other through the various systems, make sure we all graduate.
There's also flexibility in terms of degrees. I initially was going to do MTS, and this is one of the few schools in the country where you can do the MTS, and it would be a 3-year program with MTS, MDiv. MSW.
So we've arrived at the School of Social Work. It's not very far away, and as has already been said, we have a very close relationship between the two schools. Matter of fact, this program has been in existence well over 30 years and has in its foundings the theological beginnings as the School of Theology alumni started. Any other closing remarks we should offer?
Well, it's been great to get to know you guys.